Hello. Sorry about that. My computer's trying to act funny right now. Oh, boy. But anyway, how's everybody doing this evening, this afternoon? Today I'm gonna be doing an introduction to C sharp. I'm gonna show you how give you a basic understanding on how to program in the C sharp language, and that's what we're gonna be doing today. Now let's get started. No sharing screen today, just straight up OBS. Now, the links to these will be are in the description. Here's what you need to follow along with what I'm doing today. You will need to look at the C sharp documentation for reference. I'm gonna be going over some of the basics today, but I'm not gonna go over everything. That would take forever, more time than I have today. You do need the .NET 6 slash .NET 6 SDK to run the applications I'm going to be building for you today. And you will also need Visual Studio Code. That is the code editor that I'm going to be using today. Both of these right here are free, so it shouldn't be a problem downloading those to get started with this project. If you want to try this project for yourself, and this should run on Windows. What I'm doing should run on Windows, Mac, and Linux, so long as you have the .NET runtime installed. All right, let's go to my notepad and let's talk about some C sharp basics. The what I'm about to go over here are some basic keywords that you need to know. And let's get started. The first one is class. The class is a reference type that can be customized to fit whatever your needs are, whatever kind of program you're trying to write. There are all kind of classes you can write, but we'll get into that just a little bit later. The next type, and these are keywords, but I'm actually going over types right now. These are some of the basic types in C sharp. All right. Next one is struct. A struct is a value type and operates a little bit differently from your average reference type. I'm not going to go into all the details right now, but you'll get the idea as we come along. But it's very similar to a class, but the difference is it's a value type and it operates a little bit differently. The next type is actually very interesting. We're going to be working in C sharp 10, but this was added in C sharp 9, the record type. And the record type is a reference type that is pretty much designed to deal with read only or immutable data. These types, when you make these when you make a record, you're it's designed so it's really designed so it can be a read only thing. You define it once and you don't and you can't mess with the values that you define. It's if when you compile it down, it is a class, but it has some extra methods that make it more like a value type. And in C sharp 10, they have something called record structs, but I haven't really messed with that yet, and I might do that in a later video. Now let's go down to some objects created with the class type. Most of these are class types. A few of them are value types, but the first type is object. It's the unified type of C sharp. Basically, almost everything, all the keywords, all the pre-made stuff in C sharp is based on the object class. It's all based on object class. The next type we're going to look at is the dynamic type. It's a special type uh, that can be dynamically defined, but we're not going to be using this type. I just want you to know what it is. It could be any type that I'm about to list. Depends on what you want to do. The next type is probably one of the more important types in C sharp is the string class. System.string. It's a reference type that represents a sequence of zeros and Unicode characters. Uh, to make a long story short, this is where you can type English or whatever language you want to type, whatever language you want to type in. And actually, I'm going to add something here. I believe it's system.characters. I'll check later. System.character. System.character is also a reference type, but it's more like a it's similar to string, but you can only put a single character in a character type. Uh, reference type that represents a single character. So when I say a single character, something like A would be a character type. All right, let's go down. These are just the basic types. This is all going to be the GitHub repo that I put the link to in the description, and I will make a text file for this list right here. And you can also look at the C sharp documentation. That should help you too. Uh, I can't answer that for you because I really don't use character that much. When I got string, there's no reason to use character an array of characters when you got strings. It comes in handy every now and then, but I haven't really found a use for character yet. I'm sure I will someday though. But thanks for showing up. Where was I? Okay. Oh yes, the Boolean class, or the Bool class, the Bool type, which pretty much stands for true or false, plain and simple. The next type we're gonna get to some numbers now. The next type we're gonna deal with is the int or system int.32, which pretty much stands is a number. It's a value type that stands for that represents a whole number. When I say whole number, this is stuff like one. Oh, sorry, one, two, three. Whole numbers. Nothing with a decimal in it. It but this is when it talks about when you think of integer, this is what you need to think about, like whole numbers. Now let's go down. System that double represents. It's also a value type. Represents floating a float number or slash or real number. When we talk about real numbers, we're talking about stuff that has decimal places. numbers like this. This is actually very using real numbers is actually very useful, and that helps you figure out stuff. Oh, you coming from the Java world? Yeah, I've done a little bit in Java, but when I was dealing with Java, it was very hard to set up, and I didn't care for it too much. But anyway, and this is not all the value types, of course. That would, as I said, that would take all day to explain. But the next type I'm talking about is a decimal. This is like I said, it's also a value type. This is designed to deal with stuff like money. It's a little bit more accurate when you're doing money calculations. That's what the decimal type is for. All right. Now let me go to OBS. And we are going to switch to Visual Studio Code. And let me see what project's set up in here. Give me just a second. But yeah, this is the project we're going to be working on. As you can see, it matches the title. There's a reason I called it Dusty Software, because and we're going to be doing some dusty code. So let's see. I'm trying to remember what I did that going to do. All right. This is my dusty library. But the one we're going to focus on right now is the. Give me just a second. I'm going to go to this folder here. Let's see. Git. I'm just going to focus on Dusty Console for now. What's good, Aqua Techie? Yeah, I know. I had to do it. Since some people like to say black men don't build anything. Okay, I'm gonna write some software today, and I'm a black man. Speaking of which, give me just a second. Uh, let's see. Like I said, I'm a black. This is a black man programming here, but we don't build anything, right? Anyway, back to Visual Studio Code. All right, now whenever you boot up a .NET program, this is we're going to be working on a console application, and these are the basics. This is the basics of what a console application looks like nowadays. It used to look totally different, but this is what the console application used to look like now. They used to give you a class and a whole bunch of other crap, but since .NET version 6, this is what they give you. And actually, I'm gonna do a little trick here. You see how this console has this console dot write line? Let me show you a little trick. We're going to be using static system dot console. There we go. Semicolon. One of the rules of C Sharp, don't forget that semicolon. Helps you keep your scope intact. Now, what that allows me to do is this. This is now valid code. Only difference is we're going to change this a little bit. We're going to say hello, Dusty con- console, and look, working with one of our value types, we're gonna add a string here, string, and we're going to say line, and we're going to add a string of characters here. Call that line. Add a semicolon, and we're going to put another right line, and we're going to just say no quotes, this line. And I think I'll add a read line just for good measure. And for those of you who don't know, I'm working in Visual Studio Code. Now let's go get a terminal. Go to terminal and click a new terminal. Wait for the terminal to load up here. Now, since this is already a pre-built application, all we have to do is say when you saw the SDK, it comes with a command line interface. So all you have to do is says .net run, and if that's not it, I'll find what the other what the actual command is. But I believe that's what it is. And right now it's compiling my program, and we should have something running in just a little bit. And there's the program. Hello, Dusty. And the line right there. And actually, we got a little interaction. Press enter, and we just exited our program. That's what the read line is for. And I hope y'all can see that. Let me look on my. I hope y'all can see that pretty well. But yeah. And this is our first program. Now let's have a little fun here. Let's go. Let's go. Let's add a little more here. Let's add. Let's do some math. Peace, brother. Two Triv. Peace, two Triv. Thanks for coming. Let's do some math. Let's do some whole numbers first. Integer int my int 1 equals 1983, the year I was born. What's wrong with that? Let's see. Oh, okay. We're gonna use it in a minute. 1983, and int other number. Oh, if we make variables, they have to be one word. Other number equals 305 or 100. Now we can add this to our program in multiple ways. So let me show you. Say right line integers, and we're gonna say right line my number equals, and we're gonna do a little trick here. We're gonna do interpolation string. We add a dollar sign before you do the quotes, and you can do things like this. And oh crap! Give me just a second. Okay, sorry about that. Somebody rang the doorbell. Yeah, I hear you, Akateki, but they they simplified stuff for the script kiddies. That's why it looks like that now. But anyways, so let's go back to this. And as I was saying, we can put my number in there, and as you can see, it lights up. It lights up, and I'll show you why this lights up in Visual Studio Code. There's something else you need to install. You need to before you start doing C#, you need to go to extensions and install C# for Visual Studio Code. And as you can see, it's done by Microsoft. But yeah, Aquatech, I feel you on have that main function and you know and it being in a class. But you know they have to do they have to be nice with the script kiddies now, as BTS calls them. All right, let's go back to our program and Put a semicolon right there. Put right line. And this is also going to be a we'll put other number here equals other number. And actually, we're going to do some math. Actually, we're going to do a little math here. Oh, stop playing around. All right. Right line. Well, before we do that, let's go ahead and put this in the integer math. My number plus other number. I'm gonna put right line interpolation string, add them together, and you get math. Now let me save this. Make sure I don't have any errors. I don't think I have any errors. So we're going to go back down to our console, a little terminal, and we're going to say .NET.run again. If there's any errors, they're going to show us. Don't worry. I do have any errors, they'll show me. Yes, that's what the dollar sign does. They made it a little bit more because I know in other languages like Java, you have to remember each variable you add in there, and give it a number and stuff. But they simplified it, and I forget what C# version they simplified it in. This is C# version 10. Okay. Oh, I didn't save it. That's why. Okay. Okay, give me a second. All right. First things first, let's make sure this is saved. What are the problems? Oh, okay. Stuff we don't need to worry about right now. Let's go back to the terminal. Now, let's run this again. And it should. Yeah, when you work in the Visual Studio Code, always make sure you save your documents. So when you compile it, it comes out the way it's supposed to. And as you can see, hello Dusty console, integers, my number equals 1983, other number equals 100, add them together and you get 2083. Now, let's have some more fun here. After we did all that, let's add a little tagline to this. Right line. All this was written by right line. Dusty black man that doesn't build anything. Oops. Some people like to say black men don't build anything. Let's just have a little fun with this. All right, that's saved. I'm not getting any other errors. There's some warnings for some other stuff that's going with this program, but we'll deal with that later. They're not really errors; they're just suggestions. So once again, using the command line .NET run. And it runs as before. We got this part right here. All this was written by a dusty black man that doesn't build anything. Hey, it is what it is. It is. They claim we can't build. We don't build anything. And hey, I'm here building something. It is what it is. All right. Now, speaking of saying we don't build anything, let's look at the C# project file for a minute. We're going to delete all this and we're going to save it. Let's see why we're doing this in a minute. Now let me look. Let's see my Yeah, there's my project file. Now you notice I got a little item here called the Dusty C# project file, and there's a specific reason. This is a project reference, and it actually links to a DLL I made for this project. But I'm showing that for a specific reason because, and I'll show you what's in the Dusty project in a little bit. But I'm showing you that because I can do this, because that project's in there using Dusty. Yeah, that's right. I'm going. Yeah, I created a Dusty library for this project too. So, but anyway, actually, you know what? I am going to look that up because so I can remember the module I wrote for specifically for let's see, go back to Dusty and go to the Dusty folder. Here we go. See, I just went to the Dusty folder and we're going to be using a module I specifically wrote for the console application. It's called the console writer. And this allows me to write little mini programs within the application to make writing multiple programs in a single application pretty easy. And you can see I got some methods here to help me do that. A lot of other programming stuff is there's a lot of concepts here that I'm not going to go into today, but you'll get the idea. All right, let's go back to our program. And not only are we going to say using Dusty, we're going to say using static Dusty dot console writer. Yeah, that's right. Just like system.console that came with C sharp. This Dusty Black man wrote his own module that he can use in C sharp. But Black man don't build anything, right? Anyway, anyway, we use write. My Dusty. I'm actually going to write title my Dusty program. And let's look at what write title does actually. Go back to this file here. What this actually does, it clears the console and writes the title. And that's just one of the things this program does. And I'll show you what write exit does in a little bit. But basically, let's go back to program.cs file, and let's see, is it saved? Yep, it is saved. And we're gonna run this Dusty method that I just showed y'all, and it does run. Yep. Oh, but Black man don't build anything, right? And I know I misspelled program. It is what it is. But we can change that. Uh, oh, but Black man don't build anything, right? All right. So let me show you what I actually meant this for. Void. We're gonna create a void. Uh, Dusty method. Yeah, right. We're gonna write title. Actually, we're not gonna say write line. We're gonna say write title. The Dusty method. we're gonna say this. Hold on, wait a minute. Right line is my, and with these voids, you can write entire programs in the and we stay in the scope of the void. You can write an entire program in this, and you'll see where I'm going in a minute. All right. Well, actually, before we write that, we're gonna write void start. Uh, right title Dusty start up. Right line equals Dusty. Wait a minute. Sorry. Right line equals Dusty method equals DM. You'll see what I set this up for in a minute. Yeah, it is easy. You don't have multiple inheritance, but it's not hard to make stuff work with inheritance in C sharp. I like using interfaces sometimes because it keeps you can add different logic to classes that do different things. And all right, Dusty method equals DM. Let's say right. Choose your program. Semicolon. Now here's where the real fun begins. We're gonna say string program equals read line. Now I didn't go over this, but we're gonna do a condition. I know what you're thinking. If statement, nope. Switch program case em break. And then we're gonna run Dusty method. And actually we're gonna add a default break. And we're gonna add right exit. And we're gonna put the start method in there. And I'll show you how I'm able to add the actual start method in there in a little bit. But when you're doing a switch statement, it will actually read. What's the problem here? Hold on, let me see. That should compile. Give me just a second. This method is very dusty. Right exit. Uh, sorry, Dusty method and oh, okay. Sorry about that. To start first and then Dusty method. You'll see what that does. Oh, you're gonna see what this does. Does in a little bit. All right. Let me save that. Let me just go on and run this and see what the all the hoopla is about. We're gonna run this program. .NET run. Have any errors? It's gonna show. Uh-oh. That wasn't supposed to happen. Let's see if there's any errors. Um, Always check for your errors, folks. Ooh, that might be a problem. Let's try it again. Oh, I do have some errors. All right. Let's see. Um, let's look here. Where's my error at? This is part of the programming process, folks. You can't if you can't error your programming failing every now and then. You don't need to be in programming. Seriously. Let's see, line 30, I think. Uh, ooh, okay. Yeah. Uh, Save that. Looks like I says I'm good. So let's try this again. Can't forget them semicolons, folks. All right, let's try this again. But yeah, don't panic. If your program fails, don't panic. Just find the error and keep what the okay. All right, let's try this again. All right, what's the problem? All right. Oh, I know what it is. I don't even know what I'm thinking about. My bad, y'all. I know what the problem is. That's the problem. All right, let's try this again. Let's save that and try this again. I have to give it a method to start with first. That's my bad, y'all. All right, now it should run. There it go. All right. Now this is what I have. What this is what the Dusty that console light writer does. VM. As you can see, it actually runs the Dusty method, and I can exit this, or I can run the program again. I'm gonna say yes. Goes back to the start. Now I can type something else in here, and it says, "Do I want to exit this program?" My answer is yes, and it says goodbye, and we're out of the program. And yes, this dusty black man wrote all that. Black men don't build anything. Yeah, I had a little trouble starting it up, but it is what it is. But that's part of programming. They sure don't. You ain't lying. No programmer ever gets it right on the first try. But yeah, let me show you this little module that I wrote. I wrote in how I kind of do that. Let's see, where is it at? Yeah, console writer. Um, let's look at one of these writer exit. As you can see with C sharp, you can overload stuff, so you can write a method twice with different parameters. But for one of my writer exit methods, I have what's called an action. An action is pretty much the variable word for a void method. You can put a void in there. You can put a void that you created in there, and it'll treat the void like it will treat your method like a real variable, and it's very useful, not just in console programming, but in other things you can do with C sharp too. I love the action method, but that's how I'm doing all of this. Like I said, C sharp has a whole bunch of keywords that are beyond the scope of this live stream. But yeah. All right, let's go back to our program. And let's write another Dusty method. Uh, void Dusty by Esther saying. And let's see. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll put that right under there. Right line Dusty by Vestor saying equals DBS. Now with the case, we're going to go down here to the switch case, and we're going to add another switch case. Okay, case DDS. And we're going to say Dusty Divester saying. And yes, I know I am not shit for this, but I'm doing it anyway. All right, let's actually add something to Dusty. I should say sayings actually. Uh, yeah. Let me Go to my yeah, because you know C# is case sensitive. If you don't name it right, you're in trouble. All right. Um, writer title Dusty. Well, divestors, divestor sayings. Whatever. And let's do a bunch of divestor sayings. Right line. I love Zaddy. And I'm gonna cheat here. I'm gonna copy paste just to speed this up just a little bit. Let's see. I love Zaddy. Black men don't pro- protect us. Black men kill us at a high rate. Black men are dominated. I know I misspelled that. I don't care right now. I probably misspelled that, but anyway. Uh, oh, this one hurts, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Abort black boys. And we're gonna write exit. Oops, exit. We're gonna add the start and the name of this program. Uh, Dusty Professor Sayings. And we're gonna save this. We'll save this file. Go down to our terminal here. And this should run. Yep. All right. Let's put it in DDS. And you got your Dusty Divester Sayings. Uh-oh. Oh, wait a minute. Now, yeah, let's go back to normal program. Um, let's go to the end. Yeah, this is a Dusty method. Now, if I say yes, if I say no, it will just run the method again. But since I said yes, it goes back to the start, and we can say DDS again. Then say yes. But yeah, that's what I wrote that module for, so I can switch back and forth between programs when I need to. But anyway, exit. Do I want to exit? Yes. Says goodbye, and we're back. We're back to the terminal again. All right. See, how long have I been doing this? Been doing this for around 5 minutes. Uh, Here's what I'm gonna do. let's see. Go back to this. I'm going to give me just a second. So let's see what I'm doing. Ah, here's what I want to do. All right. First, Dusty upload. All right, and if we're going to push, y'all just give me a second. I'm uploading this to GitHub. And let's go to GitHub.appleton pro. That's the software. And it's been uploaded. Yep. All right, let me show you what I was doing. Let me go. All right, share. Let's see. Share screen. Microsoft Edge tab. Now it's going to look different because I have a dark theme add-on to my browser. It's going to look totally different, but basically I've uploaded this to GitHub, and online, and the link to that is in the description. And this is the code we've been working on. See? Can y'all see that? So if you want, and this should run on Windows, Mac, or Linux. This should run on Windows, Mac, or Linux. So if you guys want to test this as long as you have .NET 6 installed, which I put the link for that in the description. As long as you have .NET 6 installed, you should be able to run this. You should be able to run this program I just wrote. So long as you have .NET 6 or the whole SDK installed, if you want to play with this yourself. I'll put all those links in the description. But that's all I have for today. I'm not done with this Dusty series either. I'm gonna do some more Dusty software live streams like this. This is before I forget, if you like what you've seen here, you want to do if and you want me to do more live streams like this, Hit the Cash App. Plain and simple. Support the show. But anyway, this has been ABB 83, and I'm out. Y'all have a nice day. Hey yo, this is AB Media 83. You like my content? You like what I do? Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Also, be sure to hit the notification button so you can be notified when I upload a live stream or video. If you really like this channel, hit the Cash App, support the channel, and always remember, keep it grinding, keep it pushing, keep it moving. This is AB Media 83, and I'm out.